Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. To my great pleasure, it's Infinity War Challenge Week. So what I'm going to be doing is going through every single one of these Marvel movies, giving you guys a 5-minute review and a 30-second Stardust reaction to my interpretation of what these movies to me now. This is the very first Marvel Cinematic movie, and this was Robert Downey Jr.'s debut movie back into the limelight. Like, after this, his career just went like this. And so Iron Man came out in 2008, and it caught everybody by surprise because at the same exact time, The Dark Knight came out. And Dark Knight was tonally something different, but Iron Man, in and of itself, was a very good film. And watching it now, looking at the VFX stands up because what they were able to do, they established the practical effects of actually showing like a real live suit, and then the mechanics behind how that can be used with VFX. And I think that they used VFX and the practical effects and the stunt work. I thought it was actually perfect. I thought that Robert Downey Jr. actually did a really good job acting as Tony Stark. He embraced and engulfed the role. From the very beginning where you see where he is to the moment that he meets the role of Jensen. I actually have a few notes here which is actually really interesting. I'll go over those in a little bit. But the relationship with Jensen catapulted him to understand that even though his dad, did all these great things, he was inspired to do this, that he's been misled. And now he wants to rectify all those different things. The other thing I realized about this movie is that it was very violent. It was very violent. Iron Man killed a lot of people in this movie. A lot of people go on Batman vs Superman and even Man of Steel about how many people died and such. But I'm telling you, Iron Man killed up some people in this movie. Now, I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm just saying that based on this situation, it is a realistic kind of sense that, wow, okay, if you're going to try to stop these people, then there are going to be definitely casualties. And the other thing about that is where this is kind of like foreshadowing war that's going to be on the loom, ironically, from the very end of the movie where Samuel Jackson shows up and like, you now have been immersed into this new world. And so I thought it was actually really dope. Gwyneth Paltrow did a really good job as Pepper Potts. She kept that really nuance and flair, but at the same time, it was kind of cheesy and corny at sometimes. But it was cute, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was its own thing. I think Jeff Bridges did a really good job as the villain. Like, I think he's actually a little underrated. And I think they could have actually kept him alive and platformed him to do more stuff, but maybe contractually they didn't know how this was going to even turn out ultimately. But let's go down some of the things that I wrote down. One of the quotes that I put from Jensen is, don't waste it. Don't waste your life. I think that that is actually platformed Tony to doing what he is now. As Iron Man, as Tony Stark, of like not wasting his life. And at the same time, I can see those different things emulated even in Peter Parker from Homecoming and a relationship with Peter Parker, which is really interesting. I see that I had become part of a system with zero accountability. Where have we heard that before? We heard that in Civil War. That was a real thing that he actually said. And I was kind of like, this is kind of uncharacteristic of Tony, but he actually said it even then. He was talking to Pepper about that. We are ironmongers. I didn't catch that the last time. The first time I watched this. There was a lot of different things I didn't catch that the ironmonger nod was from Jeff Bridges, of course. Perhaps if you plan to go to other planets, we need to improve your alloy of the suit. When they were going and he was catapulting up, Jarvis, or what we eventually know is going to be Vision, told him that. And that is foreshadowing, of course, for Infinity War, which is really awesome. I shouldn't be alive unless it was for a reason. And I think that that is something that's going to be cemented on Infinity War ultimately, because I feel like there's going to be a self-sacrifice that's going to be the embodiment of Tony Stark in Infinity War. If it's not, I feel like that's going to be underutilized in my personal opinion, because he started all this. For good or for bad, like it started with him, and it's going to have to continue or end with him ultimately. And I think that this is a great opportunity to follow back on this actual quote. The art to break the tension was that this looks important. That was a quote that Ant-Man did in Civil War when Ant-Man shrunk down and was trying to pull the different parts of prey from Iron Man. I thought that was really dope that they pulled this from that. Let's see, what did I say? Stark, you just been introduced to a whole new world. So that was it. Those are some different things and Easter eggs and nods that I noticed. All around as a film, I thought it was a really good constructed film. It really did set the mold for what the Marvel Cinematic Universe could be, there was a lot of hiccups and bumps with Incredible Hulk, with Thor. Different people have their own perceptions of what they think about Captain America, Iron Man 2, until they got their real legs with Avengers. And I think that's one thing that you're going to notice with these reviews I'm going to be giving you guys, that I'm going to be detailing from my interpretation now as much as what is going to platform to be later on. But as a film and the way that it works, like, yes, Iron Man kills. Yes, Iron Man is very different. Tony Stark is definitely different than Batman or Bruce Wayne. Even my wife noted that, you know, Tony has this elegance and this funniness about him, but at the same exact time, he does embody a lot of different things that Batman has. He is alone. Like, he has no parents. He doesn't even have anybody that was around him in the very beginning of the movie other than Pepper. And he really kind of alienated her. And so it was like by the end of it, of course, now he has Happy, he has Pepper, he has Rhodey. But at the same exact time, before that started, he very much so was kind of that emulation of Batman, but just on a different terms. He was the other opposite side of Bruce Wayne. So I think that they did a really good job with it. I thought it was actually a real constructive film. If I had to rate it, at this point, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was definitely one of the better Marvel Cinematic movies, in my personal opinion. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, I had already noted this. Make sure you go to Stardust. Go to the description bar below. You can see it. Go to that link. Go and actually click to do the reaction for Iron Man. Maybe like 30 seconds. Make sure you tag at JVS so I know what you guys think about it. And then maybe I'll add that into a culmination of the Infinity War compilation for these that I'm actually really planning. Alright? Keep it locked. JVS. We ain't gonna stop. Have a blessed one, guys. Peace.